I remember interventioners being the be all and end all of my year. The buzz was amazing. Everyone was just really cheering on each other, and we smashed it, really. We went out there and we showed Guernsey that we're made of some strong stuff. So it was really good. I've always looked at them and gone, oh, absolutely class. Like, they're doing so well, and I've always supported them. And yeah, to have the honour of playing for Jets and being one is amazing. I remember it was pouring down with rain. We're at the airport pitches, and it was a mud bath. It was absolutely like sodden, and we broke that curse of the prior to the 10-year curse, and we won that cup. So it was a great feeling, and very much well deserved. Yes, the love for both sports is just the thing that drives me through it. So yeah, it's really good fun, and I absolutely love every minute of it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Sportscast Jersey. Today we are joined by Jersey Jet star, Jersey Rugby women's star, and all-round good sports person, Georgina Ruellan. How are we doing, Georgina?
Yeah, all good, thanks. Yeah, busy
Good,
as always, but yeah, doing well.
good. Like always, I start with this question with every single guest. Have you always been into your sport?
Yes, always. From a very young age, I've always loved sport. Wasn't necessarily great on the academic side, especially in school, but always had sport to back me up. So yeah, from a very young age, I've always been sporty. It's always been my favourite subject and everything. So
Yeah, good stuff. Obviously you play two now. What came first for you, the netball or the rugby?
netball, netball was netball was always first for me. I started in primary school, so um, I started probably from the age of like 7,
Yeah,
maybe. And I've played in the interinsulars from the under 11s. So I've always played Ireland netball for, I think, every single game that there's been since I've been in under 11s. I've played netball. I lived and breathed it for a very long time. So
yeah.
it was always very very high up in my important things to do when I was
Yeah,
young.
yeah, definitely. And we were going to start with netball anyway. And how good was it in Jersey? Obviously, you mentioned there all the interinsulars growing up and all those kind of games. How good was the coaching and the whole environment growing up in that at netball?
Yeah, I remember intervention being the be all and end all of my year, starting from a very young age, and especially in the most recent intervention that we did. I noticed it a lot more when I saw the little under 11s going in, and they were so excited, and they had like such a buzz, and they were so nervous, had all their hair done perfectly, and I remember growing up, it was honestly the biggest thing in my calendar in my year. And do you know what, it still is like I love it. I love, and especially with the rugby now with Siam, both of those now are just massive dates in my diary. And with netball, like, the coaching and the atmosphere, especially sometimes when we've gone over to Guernsey and they've got the big like sort of like all the crowd there with loads of like spectators, and load of Guernsey and Jersey people would come over wherever it was. It was always such a massive event, and supporting all the other teams and everything for the different like ages. It's just amazing, and such a buzz for it.
Yeah,
So it's really good.
I was there this year for both of the Siam and the Interinsular for netball. Um, For the netball, how special was this year's at home? First one in a few years at home. The atmosphere, the whole weekend was amazing. How special was it as a player?
Yeah, I mean, every single one for me has been special. And if you speak to any of the other girls who compete in the interinsulars, it'll be exactly the same. It's always special, but this one felt really different, especially after the cancellation as well from COVID, and then the year after that, I think it was cancelled due to Guernsey not being able to come over. So it was a really, really big one this year, and to have it at home with the home crowd and everything, it was just incredible. You were there yourself. The buzz was amazing. Everyone was just really cheering on each other, and we smashed it, really. You know, we went out there and we showed Guernsey that we're made of some strong stuff. So it was really good, really great.
Yeah, it was brilliant. Let's talk about Jets. When did that kind of journey begin for you? When did you get the nod first time around?
So I guess like senior Jets has been very, very recently. However, there was a junior Jets that I used to take part in. So when I was younger, I used to go away. We used to have trips to Bath, and we used to go and play over in the in England with the junior Jets, which I used to play. So my journey started probably quite a while ago when I was about 16. However, senior Jets is very much more recent. I've sort of trained with the girls, but I've never played for them in Jets. And we had a Super 5 tournament recently, and obviously the Interinsulas. And after the Interinsulas, after the training for that, because obviously a lot of the Jets girls are obviously playing for the Interinsulas, and Jets A team is basically the A team for Interinsulas. So when I started training with them, that's when it all started. Serena pulled me over after the Interinsulas and basically just said to me, "Oh, just come up to training. Like you've got to come up. It's great fun." And I was like, "Yeah, do you know what? Why not? I'll come up and give it a go." And then ever since then, I've just gone in. The girls have been so welcoming, and I've just really gelled with the team and got really into it. So it's been great.
Yeah, definitely. How good has it been to? We'll talk about Serena later, and we're going to talk about Linda as well. But to be in around those players, those top end players in the netball, how good is that experience been? And obviously, you're one of them now, and how good has that been for your confidence?
Yeah, I mean, you say I'm one of them now. It's so weird because I've always looked at them and gone, "Oh, they're absolutely class. Like they're doing so well," and I've always supported them. And yeah, to have the honor of playing for Jets and being one is amazing. And as I said, all the girls have been so like open arms and just made me feel so comfortable, made me feel so welcome. And playing alongside a team that are just so supportive, and all the girls there now are just so lovely. You know, coming in from really recently and having sort of been thrown in a bit of the deep end and playing at such a high level in comparison to what I've been playing has been amazing. You know, that I'm getting coached by every single player on that court at times, but it's also vice versa. You know, like we're all working together, and it's been so nice playing at such a high standard and such a high level, especially in the UK. Having that league, it's amazing. It's really, really good.
Yeah. Let's talk about Linda. Obviously, she's been huge in every aspect for Jersey netball. Just a little word for her, and in your experiences with her, how good has she been?
Yeah, I mean, Linda, I don't remember any days of netball without her. She's been the backbone of Jersey netball for as long as I can remember. I don't remember netball being without her. So yeah, she was definitely the backbone, and ever since I started and played netball throughout my whole netball career, like she's been very much a massive part of that. And then yeah, Serena taking over from that. I mean, it can only go up and up and up, and it's a big step to have that change with Linda stepping down, but it's really exciting. It's really exciting for Jersey netball in general, and you know, she's really worked hard to get Jersey netball where it is now. So it can only just carry on getting bigger and better and moving forward. So
Yeah.
it's brilliant.
Let's talk briefly about the playoffs as well. And obviously, it ended in disappointment. But how much did you want to get promoted, and also do it for Linda as well, on to see her bow out and on a win? How disappointing was it not to get that, and how are you going to pick yourselves back up?
I mean, it's always disappointing to lose, especially when we played three games. We won all three games, and then that last game against Blackpool, we unfortunately lost. But you know, as Serena said to us afterwards, it's a journey. Like, maybe this time wasn't our time, and next year we'll come back bigger and better, and we'll fight harder, and that's all we can do. It's always, it would have been lovely to win. It's always lovely to win, but you've got to take the losses to appreciate the wins. So that's what we're going to do next season. So
yeah.
Good.
How good is it to have those words of wisdom, and not just them, but overall with Serena coming back in? How good has that introduction been?
Yeah, Serena is amazing. She's so kind, she's so cool, she's so collected. Like everything about her sort of person, especially as a coach, is just amazing. She's got such a wealth of knowledge, obviously from her netball career, but yeah, she's just got something about her that's just so calm. And when you can learn so much off her, even when you're just listening, she has so much knowledge of every position, not just one or two. She just knows the game like inside and out, back of her hand, round and round. And it's not only her knowledge; it's also like her person around the team, and the environment she creates. Is so positive, and so like everyone's backing up each other. If you're struggling, there's an answer to that. There's always an answer, and there's always a way around to work around any issues or any potential problems that you've got on court. Defensively, attacking wise, there's always something you can do, and especially in the playoffs, I really recognized her support for me, because obviously being a new player, she was telling me, oh, if that's not working, do this. If that's not working, do this. And as soon as I did it, it just worked. And it was the same for all the other girls as well. I'm sure she's just she's got such a wealth of knowledge, and she's just such a great person for the team. I can't wait to see where Jersey netball in general goes with her involved. So
yeah, brilliant. Back to you. Final question on netball. What has been your standout moment to date in your netballing career?
I mean, there's a lot, because as I say, every interventular is always such a massive date in the diary, especially those tight games that you win by one or two. That's always great. But more recently, definitely the Super 5 netball tournament, the charity tournament that was played, which Serena organised really recently. It was phenomenal. It really brought back for me like the core values and like the general excitement of netball that I've had and will have the rest of my life, I'm sure. But like the energy and everything around that, and just the positivity, because all the girls were just playing. We're all from different teams, different leagues and stuff, but playing at one level and playing together with each other. For the same reason, and it was just so great having a bit of the change of the rules, switching up a bit for the Super 5. It was incredible, and I really enjoyed it. You didn't have to win to feel like a winner in that tournament. It was so good.
Yeah, I went to that. I covered that one as well. It was such a good day.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Swift move to kind of rugby now. When did that start for you? What made you start rugby?
Rugby started for me not that long ago. I think I played my first game in March 2022, so only just over a year ago. I actually just started playing. I think I turned up in the winter for training once, and a friend of mine just messaged me, and she was just like, "Oh, you'd be great at rugby. Like, why don't you just come up?" And I was like, "Yeah, why not? Give it a go. I'll always give something a go once." So yeah, I went up, and I remember it was pouring down with rain. We're at the airport pitches, and it was a mud bath. It was absolutely like sodden. And I remember I was playing, and all of a sudden you like fall over and you just have mud, like you're rucking over and everything, and you just have mud covered in one whole side, and all the girls were having so much fun. And when I left, I said to Simon, I was like, I just sent him a message, and I was like, how do I sign up? Like, I'm in. It was so good. So I mean, my rugby career started very recently, but I've loved every single second of it since.
Yeah.
So.
Do you remember the first time you stepped onto the pitch for a game? Were you nervous going into it, or were you just buzzing?
I was so nervous. The thought of playing rugby originally for me was always a no-no, because like I've always thought I can't hit into someone, like I can't do that. Being a netballer as well, it's
Yeah,
supposed to be a non-contact sport, but let's all be honest, it's not. um, but
yeah,
for rugby, the thought of tackling someone, or the thought of someone hitting into me even more so, was petrifying. But there's something, when I remember when I was watching the first game that I went on, I was watching all the girls, like, they put their bodies on the line and they're all out there for each other. And by the time I went on, because I didn't go on first, but I was on the bench, but by the time I went on, I was so gunning for it, because you see your players getting hit and you see them in the defensive line, you see them attacking. You just give everything to the person on your left, to the person on your right. It's fantastic. It's such a buzz and such a feeling. I absolutely love it.
yeah. How good were the team when you first arrived to make sure you settled in okay and you were welcome? How good were the team?
The rugby girls are my family now. Like, I absolutely love every single one of them. From day one, because obviously being a netballer, I can catch. However, throwing a egg-shaped ball sideways and backwards was not was not first
Yeah,
nature to
yeah,
me. So I've had a lot of support from all of them individually, really, to sort of like learn and get better. And the coaches, obviously, as well. They've been working really hard. And any questions you have, any problems you have, you can just go up to them and ask them. They're quite happy to just, one-to-ones and help out with everything and anything. So it's a real family. And the girls, even socially, we spend a lot of time with each other. It's such a little family. It's such a little close-knit community, especially even in the wider rugby club.
yeah,
It's such a supportive network, and it's such a community. I've made so many friends, like lifelong friends, and people that I call my family from that. So it's an incredible community to be in. It's
yeah.
lovely.
Definitely, definitely. Let's talk about Siam then. I want to talk and focus on the two home Siams. Um, let's talk about last year firstly. How well they're both special, but to make history, how good was that?
Yeah, last year, as I said, so I only played my first ever game in March,
Yeah,
and obviously the Siams in May. So I didn't have long to learn what I was doing, and even learn really what the Siam was at first, because I know what an interinsular is. I've always played netball, but for the girls, obviously, when I realised that the girls had lost, was it 9 consecutive years, um, and as you said earlier, the difference in the play from when I first started, even in that, I think I went in the November to turn up to training. Since then, the team has just got better and better and better, and we worked so hard for that first interinsular, and we broke that curse of the prior to the 10-year curse, and we won that cup. So it was a great feeling, and very much well deserved. All the girls worked so hard, and I can't take much credit for that at all. It was all them, and it was all a complete team effort. So yeah, it was fantastic.
yeah, yeah, definitely. And then this year, um, a special day again, uh, made even special with all the other teams winning as well. Just how good was the whole day, and explain to us the feelings of winning a Siam and also getting a try in the Siam as well.
I couldn't believe it. There's actually a video of me scoring that try, and I look up at the ref, and when he blew his whistle, I was literally like, "Really?" I was like, "Yes."
Yeah, yeah,
The feeling of winning a Siam, or even just attending the day, being involved in it in any way, is, you know, well, once in a lifetime. I mean, I'm lucky already to have participated in two, but every single Siam is so different, because the outcome can be win or lose. Like, you just don't know. You can work as hard as you like, but you don't really know what's happening over in Guernsey and how well they're doing, and everything. And obviously the Jersey Guernsey rivalry throughout the islands, it's the most important game of the year, regardless of whatever league you're in, regardless of anything. So yeah, to play in that, and to be part of the team and score a try, and to really put my mark on helping the team to win that is incredible. And I really, really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the whole day. And as you said, every team absolutely smashed it this year. Credit to all the boys, credit to, all the women for working so hard. It doesn't just come, from, a couple of weeks of training, a couple of months of training. It's a full-time thing, turning up to training 2 times a week, and all the extra stuff on top. When I first started rugby, my netball body physique was not ready for what it takes to be a rugby player. So you have to work extra hard to be able to build a muscle and build your body shape to be able to take that. So it was amazing.
Yeah. Let's talk about the season briefly as well. Obviously, it was another impressive season. How fun is it, especially the away days, to play with the girls, to travel with the girls, just the whole experience?
Yeah, I mean, I love the away days. So they're very long sometimes, and traveling away, especially credit to the mums of the group and the workers who nurses. We've got teachers. Everyone has a full-time job. Everyone has a life, and everyone has a family. So everyone always turns up to those games and puts their life aside to put us and the rugby team in front, and to go and have a great day of rugby, win or lose, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, we're there to have fun, and always winning is better, obviously, but yeah, those away days are brilliant, especially for bonding. I think a lot of the time spent with the girls has been on those away days, and getting through the tiredness and even sometimes the sickness. Sometimes we've had a bit of a rough journey over there on the bus and stuff, and just pulling each other together to go out there and play. So yeah.
On a personal note, how proud are you that you're out there representing Jersey in 2 different sports? How good is that for you?
Yeah, I actually didn't really think of it at first. It was only that someone came up to me and they were like, "How are you doing that? How are you doing both? I don't understand." And I was like, to be honest with you, I don't really know. I'm not going to lie to you. It has been tough because the training days for Jets are Tuesday, Thursday. Training days for rugby are Tuesday, Thursday. So I've had to, with coaches' help and support, drop one here, go to one there, drop one here, go to one there. And as the games have come up, I've been swapping and changing around. But yeah, also, there's extra sessions that have been put on, so I've been able to get around it. But I guess the love for both sports is just the thing that drives me through it. So yeah, it's really good fun, and I absolutely love every minute of it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it. So
yeah. Exactly. Final kind of question from me. What's next for you? Is it just to continue pushing yourself in both sports as long as you possibly can?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll maybe add another. I've always wanted to play basketball as well, so I think that's on a Wednesday, so maybe I can squeeze that one in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got the Island Games for netball in the Isle of Man in November. I'm looking to do that, and obviously the rugby season starts again. Pre-season starts over the summer. But yeah, having a little rest now before getting back into it after the Siam and everything. But yeah, definitely carry on doing both, and as I said, maybe another. Who knows?
Let's see. Final question. For both, what are kind of the long-term goals for both, and how much would you encourage with netball just people to start playing in the social leagues and then work their way up if they can, and then with the rugby just to start full stop? How much would you encourage that?
Yeah, I mean, for the netball, for me, netball was always very easy to walk into, because you can start at that lower level. You can start with back to netball. They do walking netball for like people who maybe don't want to have so much of a competitive stance on it. And you've got as you say, like the lower divisions that you can start. But team sports are something that it just makes you turn up. It makes you go, and you make so many friends, and it's so social to just go and have a good time and just relax with it though as well. I play in the league and I absolutely love it. I love my team. I play for St Lawrence, and they're amazing. And yeah, I really enjoy it, and I would recommend just starting and just going up and giving it a go. Give anyone a message in the Jersey netball, and they'll get you started. And for rugby, I cannot recommend it enough. I wish I'd have started sooner, especially, you know, as a young woman. I really wish I'd have started sooner. It's something that's really given me a confidence boost. Really given me. I didn't realize I had such strength, even mentally and physically. And if anything, I've just got stronger in both from playing. But any age, you should start with rugby, because whether you're young, old, short, tall, whatever, rugby's a very accommodating sport for all ages, all sizes. So you know, definitely give it a go. I gave it a go one day, and I never looked back. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it.
Yeah, amazing. That's all the questions for me. Do you want to add anything at all?
No, I've got nothing else. We've asked lots of questions.
Yeah. All good. Great. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for your time, and keep up the good work with the two sports and maybe more.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Great. That was another episode of Sportscast Jersey. Another episode is coming soon.